operating in Lagos under the leadership of Kayode Opeyefa has come under criticism of truck owners who do business in the Tin Can Island axis of Lagos State. The activities of the task force have led to a protest in the wake of the continued impoundment of trucks accessing the Mile 2 Tin Can Island axis. The truck owners and drivers under the aegis of Concerned Truck Owners Forum organized a protest during the week in Apapa to draw the attention of the federal government to come to their rescue, stating that they are tired of the intimidation and harassment of the task force set up by the federal and Lagos state governments to decongest the Mile 2 Tin Can Island axis. The group is calling on the federal government to dismantle the task force headed by Kayode Opeyefa, and that the payment of 200,000 naira per vehicle paid by truck owners to the task force must be probed due to an alleged corrupt practice in the account details and non-issuance of original receipts. According to the leader of the truck owners, Chief Anthony Agbanusi, he said that they were forced to pay into an account which bears the name AA High Tech Nigeria Limited, domiciled in Fidelity Bank. Joining us now to discuss the ongoing battle between the truck owners and the task force is Chief Anthony Agbanusi, Deputy Chairman, Road Transport Employees Association of Nigeria, Tin Can Branch, and leader of the Concerned Truck Owners Forum. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
So can you take us through what is behind your calls for that presidential task force on the decongestion of the Apapa gridlock to be disbanded?
Thank you very much. My name is Chief Anthony Agbanusi. I'm a transporter. I'm also a member, PSC, Presidential Support Group. And then I've been in the ports for the past 45 years, working as a transporter. We have worked with many task forces headed by Nigerian Navy. Last year, the Naval Task Force gave us lots of problems. We cried to federal government that we cannot continue with this extortion and intimidation from Nigerian Navy officers. The federal government disbanded Navy, and what we saw is somebody who had been threatening us when he was the Commissioner of Transport Lagos State, Engineer Kayode Opeyefa, led. Now, the Vice President ordered us to be on one straight line even from Oshodi to Wharf so that other vehicles can be passing. We obeyed the instruction from the federal government, but when the task force led came in, they scattered the line that the president said he doesn't want to see any vehicle on the road. We thought they were trying to either bring a way that vehicle will be going straight to port. What we saw is pay 170,000. If you don't pay, park the vehicle where you are. And they pass 150 vehicles every Monday, collecting 170,000, which is 25,500,000. On Wednesday, they will pass trucks from, this one is from Fabem and from Second Rainbow, that's my two axes. Then on Wednesday, they will pass another 150 from Kirikiri axis, collecting some amount. Then on Friday or Saturday, they will pass another 150 trucks from Fabems. And that vehicle takes us 6 weeks to get to Tin Can. If you are coming from Costain, the same thing, 770. When you go to Coconut, your money expired there from my two. You pay another 70,000 that will lead you from Trinity to First Gate. From First Gate to Second Gate, you pay another 60,000, making 300,000. If you are coming from Costain, you pay the same amount. Now, all these things. Now you can see the seats which last month's boys are doing. They have POS. When last man arrests you on the road for nothing, just on the road coming to port, they will drag the driver down, jump into the vehicle, go and park wherever they like, lick a front tire, then they ask you if you don't have cash, that they have POS. When you bring your ATM, they will slot it and collect money from you. Now, as God may have it, because the road is under construction, you cannot access Apapa from Tin Can, as I'm talking to you now. From First Gate, Second Gate, there's no road. So we are just managing. It takes 6 good weeks, at times 8 weeks. Now, from Lagos to Kano and back to Lagos, just take 5 days journey. But from Tin Can, from Maitu to Tin Can, takes you 2 months on the road. Drivers are dying on the road, defecating on the road, do all sorts of things on the road. Most of the good drivers will have gone to go and drive down for. How can drivers stay on the road for 3 months, living with families? Now, as government have it, the waterway system was introduced. Now, Dangote is using barge to carry trucks and container. Bua, same thing. Grimaldi, CMA, and all the shipping companies. Now, we individuals who are the majority in carrying container from Tinka and Apapa, they brought in barge. We pay 150,000 naira to carry for them to carry us to Apapa under 3 hours only, instead of 7 weeks. Under 3 hours, you get to Apapa, and they will still lock you up there. On getting to Apapa, we pay another 28,000 to the security before you move from that Apapa, from either Ibru Jetty or from former Niger Motor down to Tinka New Garage. Now, on the 1st of June, the same PEFA-led group and Femi, they went to Ibru Jetty and locked that place. On the 1st of June, they towed 200 trucks, bringing in whole lumps. The driver they brought to drive the vehicles are not trailer drivers. Damaging our vehicles, they told Tom Sejora, Tom Costen, Tom Torile, collecting 200,000, 250 from us. Then we don't have, what do we do? They are using federal government as a backup. So the members of our group went and paid without any receipts. I asked them, go and pay. Let's get them this time around because this thing must stop. So they paid 200,000. Lagos State government is not doing anything to trace their boys that are doing this thing. Last mile is now under PEFA, not under Lagos State government. So we are tired of this thing. Then the ones that's causing trouble now is that all the trailers that were bashed from Maitu to Niger Motor, 350 trailers, PEFA and Femi went and locked this place up. Oh, so I'm telling you now, these vehicles are being locked down now. And some of these vehicles are bought on hire purchase. How do we pay this money? I called the drivers and my members. We did demonstrate last Wednesday. We moved our upper gate. We do not want to cause violence. And we don't want to close the port down because this is a case that we can handle in the court. But we want the government, first of all, to disband these people, charge them, get this money, 200,000 times 200 trucks, going to one person pocket and his group. Lagos State government is not partaking in the money. This is the receipt they give us. They call it AA High Tech, Nigeria Limited.
Okay, we've seen all of this. But you see, for the fairness of media, maybe we'll invite Mr. Okpefa to come and react to all of this because you've stated your own side of the story.
Yes.
And we will also want him to state his own side of the story. But I quickly really want to ask now, now what are your requests? What do you want?
Our request now for the federal government to disband them and probe them, and then allow us to use ferry because it's just 3 hours from Maitu to Apapa. And in other countries, containers are being carried with either by rail or through barge, by sea. They don't carry containers. Go to Europe, you don't see trailers on the road carrying container. Now we want to bring more barge until when the road is repaired because the high-tech company are slow. For the past up till now, they are still working in Tinkan. So we're not after them because we didn't give them contract. Our own is that allow us because in Tinkan now, importers are paying heavily. One of my boy, I did him to bank to sign for him 5 million naira demurrage on shipping company. So our problem in Nigeria is now shipping company, terminal operators, and task force. You understand? When you look at the video, you will see how vehicles are lying down there for years, for months. Drivers go to Jorana or Costem. Drivers from Kano has abandoned their vehicle and go back because their money is finished. They cannot continue with the problem. So you're begging government to come to our aid. Allow us to use the badge as other people are using. Because task force are not marine police. They are not NIMASA. Neither are they Navy.
Well, Chief Agbanusi, we don't have much more time to spend on this subject, but you will recall that the position of the Presidential Task Force, according to the operational guidelines that they issued in 2019, is that trucks are supposed to move at a particular time, not before 10 a.m.
Yes.
And then not after 4 p.m. when people are closing from work. And the objective of that task force is to keep the roads open and to ensure that there is no congestion of trucks on the highways. Now, I mean, I guess that if we invite the Presidential Task Force spokespersons, they'll be able to address that because it looks like you are not cooperating enough with the Presidential Task Force. If you violate the guidelines, then of course you may be given penalties to pay.